What is going on, guys? Last night's Monday Night Raw edition, August 25th, 2014, took place in Anaheim, California. Now, the reason for this video being very late, usually come post-Raw if it is a big event, and nothing too spectacular took place last night. A couple of you guys on Twitter, I saw were like bashing the show, saying it was one of the worst Raws you guys ever seen. But I mean, honestly, it wasn't that bad other than the multiple replays that they showed in the beginning segment, which I wasn't too fond of, like the whole Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair thing. But I will talk about that very shortly. So let's get right into the show. So, like I just mentioned, the show began with Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair discussing what they think will happen between John Cena and Brock Lesnar, the rematch at Night of Champions. Who will win, their pick, what will happen, and stuff like that. And Shawn Michaels said, why the heck would John Cena want a rematch? And John Cena is a different man. And Hulk Hogan defended Cena, but that led to John Cena coming out and said that he's not just wanting the belt back, he's not just going to win it back, but he's going to beat Brock Lesnar in doing so, and he will walk out once again with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So they replayed that segment tons of times. I don't really understand why. But John Cena needs to look stronger. He needs to build up more. No more colored shirts. He has to be mean like the old classic John Cena. Not heel like everyone wants, but just a meaner guy. Now the Rusev vs. Jack Swagger was the first match of the night, a rematch from SummerSlam. And Rusev defeated Swagger because the referee stopped it after Rusev damaged Jack Swagger's ribs, and I don't really get it. I don't understand what the whole big deal about Rusev is. I don't think Rusev is a good wrestler at all. Jack Swagger is probably one of the best wrestlers in the business, one of the best legitimate wrestlers in the business. But nonetheless, Rusev defeated Jack Swagger. After the match, backstage, they showed Jack Swagger in the doctors getting his ribs looked at, and Bo Dallas once showed up again to insult Swagger, saying he let down America and stuff like that. Cesaro defeated Rob Van Dam in a #1 contenders match for the United States Championship against Sheamus. That match most likely taking place at Night of Champions. I thought Rob Van Dam was going to win, honestly, because of the winning streak. Like I tweeted all that stuff in the description below if you want to follow me on Twitter, but I tweeted that I wouldn't mind Rob Van Dam beating Cesaro. I mean, Cesaro has been on a losing streak lately, but I wouldn't have minded it. But nonetheless, Cesaro defeated Rob Van Dam. Sheamus was on color commentary. Cesaro won with the neutralizer, and after the match, Cesaro took the United States Championship and threw it at Sheamus's face. So like I mentioned, we should be able to see that match at Night of Champions. Paige defeated Natalya, non-title match. Paige won with her finisher. After the match, AJ showed up. Natalya clotheslined Paige as AJ distracted her. AJ held Paige up and hugged her, and the whole thing with AJ being crazy. Seth Rollins had a eulogy for Dean Ambrose because of last week, the curb stomp on Dean Ambrose on the cinder blocks. Roman Reigns came out, who brawled with Rollins and Kane, and Roman versus Rollins and Kane was announced for later in the night. So I don't know, I didn't really read about the Roman Reigns-Seth Rollins feud, so it was a pretty big surprise to me, but nonetheless, that handicap match set for later in the evening. Goldust and Stardust defeated the Usos via countout, but it was a tag team title match, but because of the countout, Usos did retain the belt. After the match, Goldust and Stardust demanded a rematch because they said the Usos were counted out on purpose. It was because of an injured spot, so the Usos didn't do it on purpose, but after the match, Goldust and Stardust violently attacked the Usos, turned heel, just like that. So we shall see what is next for Goldust and Stardust. So that should be another match set up for Night of Champions. Brock Lesnar issued a pre-tape statement that he will end John Cena's career at Night of Champions and hurt him even worse than he did at SummerSlam. Dolph Ziggler defeated Damien Sandow in a pretty quick match. This is supposed to be Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz, but Miz said that he had to wrestle his stunt double, which was Damien Mizdow, which was Damien Sandow, and Ziggler quickly won with a zigzag. Jerry Lawler held a Bella Twins confrontation thing. Bella Twins argued. Nikki Bella insulted Brie tons of times, leading Brie to be extremely upset and continue on with that feud. Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins and Kane by disqualification when Roman Reigns hit him with his Money in the Bank briefcase. After the match, they tried to do what they did to Ambrose with the cinder blocks, but Roman Reigns was able to fight back and fight both Kane and sent Rollins running. In a time filler match, Los Matadors defeated Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil. Slater Gator lost when Slater caught a pin by Los Matadors. So the Heath Slater win on Raw, the winning streak on Raw, came to a close. Bo Dallas defeated Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston was without Big E, no Xavier Woods either. So it may be that whole storyline may be done, even though it has been picked up at the house shows over the weekend. So we shall see what happens. But Bo Dallas won with a Bo Dog. After the match, he insulted Jack Swagger on the mic, saying he let down America. Kofi just let down himself. And Swagger showed up and gave him a slam, so that most likely will have a Jack Swagger-Bo Dallas feud very soon. John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt. Cena won by DQ when he was just killing Bray Wyatt with German suplexes like Brock Lesnar did to him, making him seem strong, stuff like that. That then had Luke Harper and Eric Rowan interrupt and attack John Cena, which then led Big Show and Mark Henry making the save, making the main event a six-man tag match where John Cena, Big Show, and Mark Henry went on to defeat the whole Wyatt family of Bray, Harper, and Rowan. And Cena made Luke Harper submit to the SDF. After the match, Cena hit all the Wyatt family with attitude adjustments, looking strong, going up against Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions, the next WWE pay-per-view. So we shall see what happens next. John Cena looked very strong against the Wyatt family, at least they were trying for that, so poor Wyatt family. We shall see what happens next, the whole thing, Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho. So Cena destroyed Wyatt, but Jericho couldn't, kind of thing. But we shall see next week. Chris Jericho has a highlight reel with Randy Orton. Last night's Monday Night Raw, there was no Jericho, no Randy, no Triple H, Authority, no Stephanie. So we shall see what happens. But last night's Monday Night Raw, August 25th, 2014.